We also have a question about what ongoing responsibilities did the community, local government, or DNR or others have for maintaining, and I'm assuming that's going to be maintaining the area of the former impoundment. But then there's another side of it, sediment removal or other parts, ongoing responsibilities. Now Heath, Colfax is a village park, and the village maintains it, and the stream is in great shape. There's really not any responsibility except fisheries management oversight for that section of the stream, are there?
In the case of Colfax, pretty much the impoundment itself, all the landowners that were around that structure quit claim deeds back to the village. So it actually was private ownership when the dam was removed, and we got 40 people to agree to give that land back to the village, which is amazing. I don't know if you'd be able to do that nowadays, but then they were willing to do that to make the project successful. So the village actually owns the whole impoundment bed now, or the old impoundment bed. And they mow that every year, keep it nice and green, and then they leave a riparian buffer along the stream to protect water quality and things like that. But it's pretty much a village ownership. We don't do a lot there anymore other than our fish survey. If something happened there, we'd maybe come in and help fix something, but we haven't had any issues there. Everything has held up really well. That project's been 23 years ago now that we did that work. So.
Okay, thanks.
At the
Bob?
Ward Dam,
Merrill?
Ward Dam, the land was ceded to the city by the paper company. It was 120 acres, 2 miles of river, and DNR gave a stewardship grant to develop a park there. The design of the park was such that the goal was to make it as maintenance free as possible for the city. So it was really wildlife habitat, trails, and a few city structures that they needed for some other purpose. But really there hasn't been that much cost considering how many acres of land are involved. The habitat work was actually in stream. It was boulder retards, things like that. Things that had very little maintenance. The structures were really not a problem for the city. On the other hand, the use went way up in the park, and I think the average person living in the area believes it's an asset compared to the shallow sediment-filled pond that they had before, with very little access to the flowage.
Mike, on the Baraboo, tell us a little bit about the land ownership along the river. Is that in city hands, or how is that handled?
The vast majority is in city hands and was prior to the dams coming out. There were a few private property owners along one segment of the river that we actually purchased some riverfront property through the stewardship program in order to be able to put the Riverwalk in. But the vast majority of it already was parkland because it was typically a floodplain anyhow. So there really wasn't a lot down there. Now there was a segment, again, I had mentioned that the area down by Circus Road Museum that actually is belongs to the State Historical Society. But even there, the state owns the property, so it's still available for us to be able to do the things that we needed to do. I think that it's I can't speak to other communities because I'm not real sure how the ownership issues were there, but we didn't have a lot of that problem in Baraboo. And again, mainly because a lot of it was under our control to begin with.
Okay.